Welcome to GDs. And this is Mayans M.C. Season 2. Season starts with Easy and others going to pick up a shipment of drugs, while Angel works with Adelita to help the poor in Mexico. In addition, she is also influencing politics in Mexico. Whereas Emily has taken over the legal side of the business and is presently preparing a bid for the construction projects in town. And finally, at the club, we get to see the three kings discussing business. Potter is going after the rebels in Mexico, and for the latest assault, his men are being backed by the Mayans. But indeed it's all smoke and mirrors, as Miguel has been working with Adelita, and the Mayans plant evidence, making sure that those they attacked are linked to the rebels. But during this assault, Minnie is caught informing on them. And the crew, knowing that a little girl will be tortured for information, help her escape by killing Potter's men. Potter knows something is not adding up, but he can't keep his finger on it. On the other hand, Easy has been collecting intel on Happy Loman, of SAMCRO, to understand why he killed his mother. Angel is still at odds with his brother Easy, since he didn't leave the club, but asked Bishop to sponsor him. Easy goes to Angel, and lets him know everything he has been working on. And informs him that it was Happy Loman who killed their mother. And because of Mayan's relation with SAMCRO, they cannot bring this to the club, and they decide to find the truth themselves. And as they decide to leave, we get to know that Adelita is pregnant with Angel's child. Angel and Easy, on their way, get into trouble with the Swollen Boys, a biker club who tries to claim the highway as their territory. But they were put in their place by the brothers. On the other hand, the mercenaries grew suspicious of the Mayans, and they decided to track their movement, and planted trackers on their vehicles in Mexico. Meanwhile, as Emily goes to submit her bid for the project, she gets to know that she is competing with other bids also, and this pissed her off. And the mayor informs her that because of the relaxation in the guidelines she did for them, other players also found out, and they have also put in their bids. Emily doesn't want Miguel to get involved, and lets him know that she can take care of it on her own. In addition, Dita, Miguel's mother, tried to kill herself, as after Devante being gone, she feels quite lonely, as no one from her time is present. In addition, she also has a cold relationship with Emily. And we learn that she is being sent to a therapist by her family. But she skips her appointment, and goes to meet Felipe, and we learn that they know each other. In fact, Felipe was responsible for her security when she was in Mexico. And Felipe drops Dita back at her house. On the other hand, the Reyes brothers on their way stop at Mayan Stockton Charter. And Easy witnesses one of their members, Medina, being shot dead by two dirty cops. With a Mayan dead, the rest of them also reach Stockton, and they come up with a plan to take out the dirty cops. But the one who shot Medina didn't show up, but instead sends his partner. And they had to improvise, and they get the shooter's address from him, and convinced him that the blame of his death should not fall on the Mayans, and from now on he will also be working for them. And the Mayans take out the cop who shot Medina, with his mother also being collateral damage. And after the funeral, as the rest of the crew returned back, Angel and Easy travel to Charming. Meanwhile, Potter wants Miguel to implicate a Mexican politician, Cedrica Palomo, in something dirty, because he believes she's allied with Adelita. And that she is the one helping the rebels. And thus they have not been able to crush her so far. Miguel provides this information to Adelita, and has grown quite fond of her resilience and her strength. On the other hand, Emily reaches out to Elena, an old friend, who now works at the city council. And Emily, knowing Elena is in dire need of money, offers it to her, in exchange for information about their rival's bid in the construction project. And Emily, after seeing the other bids, adjusts her offer accordingly and resubmits her bid. Easy and Angel catch up with Happy, and they tie him up, and they want answers. But he refuses to speak, until they threaten his dog. And he lets them know that it was a hit job for both their parents, and that the order came from Mexico. And this was before he patched up with SAMCRO. Angel is confused by this. It is when Easy tells him what he found about their father, and his life in Mexico. Happy promises to get more information from his contact, about who ordered the hit. And lets them know, that after he provides them the information, they will be even. Easy and Angel agree, and they make their way back. Back home, Dita requests Felipe to meet her, and we learn that Dita and Felipe were romantically involved. In addition, Dita tells Felipe that Miguel is his son. And they have been worried about her, as she wanted to die in the wildfire, and thus they are sending her to a therapist. While on the road, as the club makes their way back, the Swollen Boys try to get revenge, and they throw Riz off his bike. and Riz makes it even by shooting a swollen boy in his leg. At the border, Adelita and Miguel are tracked down by Potter's mercenaries, and Adelita, in order to keep their alliance safe, stages a situation to make it look like the Galindo cartel had found her, and they hand her over to Potter's mercenaries. Miguel, with the help of Palomo and the Mayans, come up with a plan on rescuing her. And as Angel was asked to be out of the plan, he reveals to everyone that the kid is his, and he needs to be a part of the rescue plan. And despite Potter's use of decoys, the Mayans manage to rescue Adelita, but she refuses to leave, saying that if Potter has her, he will leave everyone else alone, and they can carry on without any difficulties. On the other hand, Emily finds an old photo of Dita with Felipe in Dita's room, and as she checks old Galindo's family records, she discovers more information about Felipe and Dita's past. She visits Felipe to know more, and he tells her to leave it alone, because the truth would only hurt the ones she loves. While Adelita has been transferred to a US base and is interrogated by Potter, but she refuses to provide any information. But Potter's mercenaries, upset by the death of their team members, kidnap Alvarez. And they want information on who tried to rescue Adelita and killed their men. And Alvarez tricks them into sending a message, thereby providing Miguel and Bishop his location, and they are able to save him, killing all the mercenaries. Happy also provides the Reyes brothers with more information about the hit on their parents. He provided them the details of the payments made via Mexico for the same, and lets them know that now they are even. Meanwhile, Elena calls Emily and informs her that a competitor has a better proposal. And Emily figures out that Elena's assistant Marlon must have leaked her proposal, and thus a bid lower than hers was entered. Emily asks Easy for help with the bid, and Easy goes to visit Marlon. But he pulls a gun, and as they fight, he accidentally shoots himself. His death is considered a suicide, and his dealing with the Chinese are exposed, and thus, the project is awarded to the Galindo family. But Miguel is suspicious on how it all happened, and with his and Emily's relation already being stressed, from the time they decided to keep the two worlds separate, he doesn't trust her. And asks Nestor to keep an eye on Emily, and report to him on who she is meeting. Emily meets with Easy, and he explains what happened that night with Marlon. Emily says she is in his debt. And Easy asks her to check if the payment details he provided her were made from Galindo's Mexican accounts. Emily, on checking the records, finds the payment, and not knowing the details meets with Easy, and asks him to explain to her what it means. And Easy tells her the truth. In addition, he also lets her know that the hit was ordered only after Miguel shifted here. But Emily doesn't believe that Miguel had anything to do with it, and wants Easy to wait, so that she can prove it. Angel also reconnects with his father, and tells him about his relationship with Adelita, and that he will soon be a dad. He also lets him know that he knows about his past. Meanwhile, Coco, seeing injury marks on Letitia, learns that the biker gang VM have been keeping her friend Gabriella's family as hostage, since they helped them cross the border. And now want more money in order to release them. Coco brings this to the table, as the VMs have invaded Mayan territory, and Taza, having history with them, knows that they are not honorable. The Mayans attack the VM, killing 9 of its members, and they free the immigrants that were trapped, and reunite Gabriella with her family. Meanwhile, Potter, losing his mercenaries, had been looking into Felipe, and after finding his real identity, he threatens the Reyes brothers, and wants them to tell him everything about Galindo, the rebels, and Palomo. And how deep are they all connected, and provide him proofs, as he hates not knowing. Or else he will get their father locked up, for being illegal. Emily, in order to prove that her family was not involved, digs up old records, and finds the receipts of payment matching the exact date and values, and they were signed by Dita. Not knowing what it mean, she goes to Felipe, and tells him what she learned from Easy, and Felipe tells her that he is also not aware of stuff, and he will arrange for a sit-down with all of them together to sort this out. While Miguel, already suspecting her wife, and getting to know she is at Felipe's shop, he also shows up, and his suspicion of Reyes's family only increases. In addition, we also learn that he was finally able to arrange leverage on Potter, and he got the information from Palomo, and he tells Emily that he intends to use this information to make Potter release Adelita. On the other hand, the Mayans are requested to meet with SAMCRO. And their president Chibs, along with other members, let the Mayans know that they are moving away from guns, and now they want the shipment to be handled by the VMs in Mexico, and as it will be moved through Mayan territory, they will also get a cut. Bishop tells him about their recent run-in with the VMs. But Chibs assures him that VMs are ready to sit down, as it is profitable for everyone. And after some hard negotiations, they all agree on a deal. But after the Sons leave, the VMs attack the Mayans, injuring Riz severely and temporarily blinding Coco. Felipe is able to arrange a sit-down with Emily and his sons, and tells them that he had an affair with Dita after she lost her son. But he broke it off before he meet their mother. And when his wife got pregnant, he decided to leave Mexico, as Dita was obsessed, and he was not sure how she will take their mom's pregnancy. And Easy believes that 10 years ago, when Miguel took over the business and shifted here, he must have found this out and thus ordered the hit. Emily refuses to believe it, and doesn't want Easy to seek revenge from Miguel, and seeing Potter's call, she tells him that she can get him information on Potter, so that he will back down. But in exchange, he has to promise that he will not go after Miguel. And as Easy drops Emily, he sees Dita, and having a photographic memory, he remembers that it was Dita who saw their mom and dad, and he is sure that it was Dita who ordered the hit. And all the evidence points towards it. Felipe asks Dita if it is true, and she confesses, letting him know that she feared he might try to connect with Miguel, as he was his son. But after his wife died, she regretted it, and is ready to pay for her sins, and tell him that she wants him to end her life. Meanwhile, after the attack on the club, Coco wants revenge, but Bishop, because of the deal being profitable for the entire charter, is counseled by the other kings not to do so. And Bishop, thinking of the bigger picture, agrees for no retaliation, as no one had died, but Coco is furious by this decision. Taza, getting to know this, and having a sour past with the VMs, kills Riz. And with Riz dead, the Bishop conveys a message to the kings, that he will seek revenge. Emily gives Easy the information on Potter, and Easy assures her that he will not harm Miguel. And Easy shares the information with Angel, letting him know that Miguel will use it to get Adelita out. But Angel decides to use the information to save their father. And they threaten Potter by showing him the pictures of the woman he loves, and his son, and force him to back off from their family. In addition, Easy also wants him to make his father a US citizen, and Potter complies. Whereas, Adelita gives birth in captivity, and he gets his son's DNA tested, and knows that Angel is the father, and he separates her son from Adelita, and sends a photo of him to Angel, letting him know that he also will never know his son. Dita is able to get away from her security detail, and she has called all the Reyes family, and wants them to kill her, letting them know that it will not fall on them, as she has left a suicide note for her loved ones, and Easy is the one who kills her. While Miguel and Emily start their project. And back at the club, a vote is taken, and Easy gets the Mayan patch. In addition, the other kings advise Bishop not to retaliate, as it might cause a divide in the charter, since they will lose a lot of the gun money. Miguel finds her mother's body. And Alvarez and Nestor notice bike tracks on the location. While the rest of the Mayans go after the VMs, killing all their members, but their president El Palo got away. And as the season ends, Mayans discover that along with the VMs, one of Sons members present there was also killed. Thanks for watching. And if you liked it, please subscribe.